I change your bum life. You fight me, it's a celebration.
I'll beat you.
When you sign to fight me, it's a celebration. You ring back home, you ring your wife. Baby, we done it. We're rich, baby. Conor McGregor made us rich. Break out the red panties. We're rich, baby.
Yo, welcome back to the fifth round. As always, your boy Stephen Moustaris. And man, emergency video basically. First time in UFC history that the champion and definitely the headline misses weight, vacated title. And for those who didn't know, Charles Oliveira just lost his belt. Luckily, he gets to fight tomorrow night. Justin Gaethje is the only one that can actually get the belt. But like, man, sitting there, I was watching the weigh-in show, and it's like an hour left, and I think there's only two fighters that haven't weighed in yet, and Charles Oliveira is one of them. And you're sitting there like, oh shit, like what could happen here? This is interesting. And like I kind of thought at first he was just relaxed, just taking his time. He's been like real chill all week on the post-fight, or the pre-fight interviews and press conferences and everything. And you're sitting there like, okay, maybe he's just taking his time. He's been like I know it's like 145 he had problems, but it's 155. Like he's a skinnier guy. He'll get this going. Weighs in, had I think 155 and a half, had to lose half a pound in an hour or whatever, like 40 minutes. And I was like, okay, he should get this. And then time gets ticking, and it comes down to like 10 seconds left before he can weigh in. Weighs in, doesn't lose it. It's 155 and a half. And then, I mean, the MMA world, I felt like it stopped for a second. We're all saying like, what the fuck? Like this has never happened. And I know like the one off the top of my head, I know Yoel Romero, when he fought Luke Rockhold for the interim belt, I knew that that he missed weight, but he missed weight by like 2 or 3 pounds. And luckily, Luke Rockhold still had a chance to win it. And clearly Yoel goes out and knocks him the fuck out with that left straight. Jesus Christ, one of the meanest follow-up shots ever too. But, this is the first time the actual champion loses his belt, especially like the dominant champion that we've been seeing. And, we're sitting there first like, what the fuck's going to happen? And then clearly they announced that they made him release his belt. And tomorrow, at least Justin Gaethje gets to fight him and has a chance to win. And it's like, man, like, I don't know. You can't feel bad for Charles. This is like a part of your duty. And I know for the average fan, and even me, I'm a diehard. Like, you would think like 155 and a half, fine. Like, let's go. Let's get it going. And I know like Khabib almost missed weight the one time. And if it was, I think if this was in Vegas instead of Arizona or whatever, I'm thinking, okay, this would be a cool time. Like, we'll probably see him just let it go. Just like they're real quick, like, oh, okay, he weighs in. We can go. But no, they take it very serious. He misses weight. And then you're sitting here now. Like, I think the entire world's rooting for Justin Gaethje already. So I think it's real. Now it's like, okay, let's definitely win. And it kind of raises the question for me. It's like, because I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist here, but like, there's a conspiracy in the MMA world right now that the UFC kind of did this for Conor McGregor to just kind of waltz right in and finally get a championship chance. Because let's be real, at the rate he's going right now, there's no way he could get a title fight. He'd have to beat Chandler, Gaethje, Beneil Dariush, Islam. We got a long line right now, 155. So, but if you take Oliveira out, he loses tomorrow, or even if he wins, the UFC could be like, hey, dude, fuck you. The only time you ever lose is against the weight or the scale, and we need a champion that can we don't have to worry about. So I don't know. It's kind of funny. I know there was reports too the entire time I was watching the weigh-in show. Like a lot of these guys were saying they were weighing 2 pounds less than they were in the back on the UFC scales compared to the athletic commission scales when they'd actually go out there. So I don't know. There's some weird things going on. I don't want to like assume shit, but man, my heart just goes out to Justin Gaethje right now. At least he gets to go out there and fight the champion technically. And if he actually wins, he gets the belt, luckily. So, and then honestly, for the most part too, like, I know it's a big deal. It's the first time in UFC history, but like, let's be real. If Oliveira goes out there and absolutely dominates or just puts on a great performance against Justin Gaethje, like, still at the end of the time, like, we know he's the champion. And he only missed it by a half a pound. So I don't think it's that big of a deal in the world, but just the fact that it's a UFC record right now, or like it's going to go down in infamy in the UFC and MMA. So I don't know, man. I think it would be really funny to see what happens if Gaethje does win. Honestly, even crazier now, if Oliveira wins, there's not going to be a champion. So it's going to be really iffy out there. I don't know what the fuck to expect there. So, but I don't know. I think my decision for who wins definitely changes drastically. I kind of think Gaethje's gonna win, but you can't count out Charles. The Olive. But now it's like, man, he just depleted himself for a whole 2 hours instead of weighing in quick. And because I don't know if people saw it, freaking Gaethje tweeted or something, said he was already back up to like 168 or something by the time Charles was even still weighing in. So like, he's getting his nutrients in his body and everything. So I don't know. This is some crazy shit. I don't know what to expect tomorrow. This is a first in the UFC and MMA world for this thing to happen. At least for like the undisputed champion. So, your heart does go out to Gaethje because the only times he's won is interim belts, or, if he wins tomorrow, people are going to be like, oh, well, Charles, didn't weigh in on time. He killed himself, all that shit. So you kind of feel bad, but it's not his fault. Like it's literally Charles' fault here. You can't feel bad for him. You got to be a champion. And it is weird too that, he's been talking about how much muscle he's gained in this last fight camp. So I don't know, but man, crazy world today. It's going to be interesting to see how Charles comes out and performs tomorrow. Is his mental going to be there? I don't know. It's going to be up in arms. So, hey, this has been the UFC, or the 5th round, I should say, for UFC 274. Stephen Moustaris as always. And man, don't be shocked if Conor McGregor's fighting for the belt next. You never know. So, conspiracy.